morning. Joining me to break down round one's action and also preview tonight's rounds 2 and 3, our good friend from Locked On Cowboys podcast, host Landon McCool. Landon, thanks for joining us. And an offensive guard with the first round pick. I think a lot of fans were hoping for an exciting skill position player, although offensive line was an area of need. So just what are your thoughts?
Well, I think I love the player. First of all, let me just start with that. I'm a huge Tyler Booker fan. I was a big fan of his during the whole pre-draft process. If you hear anybody in the Alabama program talk about this kid, they talk in glowing terms. He's a generational leader for them. And then as the player goes, he is a body mover. He is a big body in the middle that physically will push other human beings to where they don't want to be. And I think that that's something that you don't see a lot of guys coming out of college that have that ready-made NFL strength. And I think that Tyler Booker is definitely one of those guys, much like Tyler Smith when he came out. The value of taking a guard at 12 is a little bit iffy. But this was a very weird draft. There wasn't a lot of quarterbacks. There wasn't a lot of top-end tackles. So there wasn't a lot of opportunity to have a bunch of blue-chip players picked above the Cowboys. So there was a lot of kind of a plateau of talent, and the Cowboys picked the guy that they thought would be the best player for them right away.
Maybe they're just trying to go with an all-Tyler offensive line. This makes 3 Tylers up front. They've also got a pretty good history of picking offensive linemen early in the draft, so maybe give them the benefit of the doubt for now.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the Cowboys, I think some folks are looking at this like, man, they just want to keep drafting offensive line. I think it was more just a comfort thing. This is, like I said, a kind of a wonky draft. There's insecurity about exactly how good some of these top-end players are compared to where you have to draft them. I think the Cowboys just felt comfortable in their ability to take a guy that they felt like had a high floor at a position that they've had a success drafting at, and they let's just not screw this up. Let's make contact with the ball and get a solid double. And look, this guy is going to change the culture of your offensive line room. Having Zach Martin walk out the door and then having Tyler Booker walk back in, I think that's going to pay huge dividends for this offensive line room.
Outside of the Cowboys, the big story in the first round was Shedeur Sanders dropping out of the first round. Deion Sanders' son, quarterback at Colorado, still undrafted. That is a bit of a surprise. So what's going on with him, and where might he go tonight?
I think that the thing was going on there is that I think the media pushed him up a little bit. The draft media, really, really loved him a lot, and I just don't think that the NFL felt the same way about him. I think he's a scheme-specific quarterback in some ways. So if those teams that run that scheme that he fits in already have quarterbacks, they're not taking him. So I just think he has to fall to the right team for the right fit. I think in the second round, he's going to have a lot of interest up top. I wouldn't be shocked at all if he gets taken very early in the second round.
The guy a lot of people wanted, Frisco Lone Star high school grad Ashton Jeanty. He went early to the Raiders at number 6, the first pick of the Pete Carroll era. Is he a good fit there, though?
I mean, yeah, Pete Carroll loves his running backs. They also have Chip Kelly as their offensive coordinator, who also loves to run the ball. So it's really a peas and carrots meat situation. I think that they're really a good fit where Jeanty went, and they're definitely going to lean on him heavily throughout the season.
All right, thank you, Landon. We'll be looking forward to rounds 2 and 3, and you can catch Landon with new episodes of Locked On Cowboys every day, especially this weekend throughout the draft. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and you can watch the rest of the rounds here on WFAA all weekend. Rounds 2 and 3 start tonight at 6. Rounds 4 through 7 are Saturday, starting at 11 a.m.